Hey guys, and welcome to World of Guns, Gun Assembly. Let's hop right in. We got the SIG SG552 Commando here. I've been practicing taking it apart. Some of the parts are getting me a little bit of grief, mostly the trigger mechanism, but we'll take that apart last, and then it'll be fresh in my head to take it back apart. But it always gives me a little bit of grief because there's so many little pieces. So, take off the butt. Remember, pull butt catch assembly out right first, because you'll forget it if you don't, and then you'll be at the end with 3 parts. What part did I forget? So, receiver. Take off the magazine catch now, just so it's not forgotten. Okay. And shit. Yeah. Windage. Other thing, you accidentally click stuff and you don't even mean to, you're just kind of like clicking around. Is this out or is that still in? It's still in. Okay, you gotta pull that out. Okay, and you can start taking it apart. The bolt, you can actually take those apart in any order, but I like to take them apart right away. Just so I can see better what I'm doing. Okay, so take off those 2 pieces. Okay. So here, flash suppressor. I'll take up the gas valve now, as well as the front side assembly. Okay, so now we gotta take the piston, then the gas tube, then you can take off the foresight assembly. There's a little piece here you have to take out, and you can take off your barrel. Okay, so that's that part. Then you gotta reach into the gun, pull out the bolt carrier piston. Then you can pull out the full bolt carrier. There's a handle there, the head here, there's the firing pin there. There's a little piece here that you'll see that you gotta take out. It's a distractor. Okay, so that's that whole system taken apart. Now we could get into this place, which is fine if you remember all the pieces. So this side, there's the belt catch there, so you can see it. Release bar, okay. And then you want to pull out this little locking spring. You're fine. Then you can pull out all 3 of your pins, so you don't. And I recommend that so you don't forget any of them. Okay, so this comes out first. Template assembly. It has 2 pieces on it, so pull those pieces out. Okay. Then hammer, trigger spring, trigger, unlock fire prong. Reach in, pull out the screw for the pistol grip, and you can pull out the grip. You're done. Okay? Start assembly. This is what I recommend doing first. It's all fresh in your head. Put it back on the grip, put it back in the screw. Okay? What order did you do it? You did it in firing prong. Then you put in the trigger. Okay? Don't forget your spring. Your hammer assembly, put back together this piece. I'm not sure if it's the extractor or what this is. It's the template. Okay, okay. Now you put back in your 3 pins. Don't forget your locking spring. Easy to forget. Release bar. Bolt catch. Magazine catch at the bottom. Put it back together there. Okay, move on to the bolt. Firing pin. Bolt head back in. Now I'm going to put your handle catch back in there. Okay. Your piston. While you're near it, you can put that butt assembly back together. Okay, so that's all put back together. Barrel first. Put this pin back in. Okay, remember this has to go in next. You can put it back on your side if you want. Okay. Then your gas tube. Followed by your gas piston. Okay. So at this point you can kind of put them back together in any order. But let's go ahead and put it back in the order we took it all off of. doing it in the absolutely reverse order that you took stuff off is a good idea, because then you never mix yourself up. If you start taking apart pieces in different orders, that's when you screw yourself up. But if you take your time and do stuff in the same order you did it originally, you won't have trouble. Okay, so receiver, pin, pin, don't forget your cock and handle, your butt assembly, you assemble the magazine, and there you go. SIG SG552 Commando. So that's a pretty good time. 5 minutes 42 seconds. Perfect. That's game. We'll now proceed to super game. Well, we even got timed 1, so that was pretty quick. Okay, so super game. Okay. Okay, so super game, as you know, probably know from watching the other videos, you cannot make a mistake in your disassembly. If you take out parts in the wrong order, it ends the game immediately. But we're pros, so we know how to do it. Butt catch assembly, trigger stud, trigger casing, that's receiver. Now we'll take apart our receiver last. Winded screw, side assembly, upper base, take out a cocking handle, flash suppressor, gas valve, okay. Take up our handguards. I think we just took that off in a different order, but as long as we put it on in the same order is what's important. Okay. Gas piston out. Gas tube out. Side assembly off. Then we can take off the front mount. I'm going to take off the catch pin assembly there. Then we can remove the barrel. Okay. Remember to remove your bolt carrier piston first. Then the assembly. Then you can take out the head. Catch. Extractor. Firing pin. Okay. So now we can move on to our gun here. Remember the order. Bolt catch. Release bar. Okay. Reach in. Grab your locking spring. Pull out your 3 pins. And everybody get this order right, because it's super game. If you screw it up, you will indeed fail. Okay. Let's remember what piece it is next. Template, pull off your 2 pieces, don't forget your spring, your trigger, mag far prong, then your hammer, okay, screw here, and the pistol grip. Okay, so now we're doing pretty good here, just don't screw it up when you put it back together. Pistol grip screw. Okay. Now the order. Fire prong. Trigger. Don't forget your spring. Hammer. Put this piece back together. Okay. Template back in. Your safeties, do not put your bar in before your pins, else that's a failure. You put your catch back together while you're looking at it. Okay. I like turn like that so you don't actually hit something else. So if you accidentally click on something else, you will fail. Okay, so that's back together. We need to put this back together first. Extractor. Okay, let's put our bolt back in. Put the bolt back in the gun. Bolt here, piston. Perfect. Okay, remember the order here. Barrel first. Then put your pin back in. Let's actually put this one back in as well so we don't forget it later on and fail our whole mission. Then the foresight assembly. I like to put on the sight then. Okay, gas tube. Gas piston. Okay, and now like I said, now we're golden. The order's not as important. As long as you remember to put these on. If you try to put these on before the bases, you'll fail the whole mission, so don't do that. Okay, there. There. That back on, then we'd put this in first and then the winded screw. Okay. So we got that all put together. So we're fine to put our receiver back up. Put it back in our pins. We put that piece back together so we can put it on our butt assembly. Don't forget your pocket handle. Reassemble your magazine. And the magazine goes in. Perfect. 541. And so now let's see if we can do it hardcore game. Okay guys, this is where you can pick up speed, but remember we want to try to get snipers, so don't go too fast. Magazine assembly, here, okay. Give that a second, pull these pins out. And that can come off, winded screw. Sight assembly. And pull that base off, pull that butt off. I think we can pull both of these off. Get those two out. Get that one, this one. And this one, not as much weighting on this one, so it's can be a little bit nicer. Okay. Pull this off, remove that. Pull up the gas tube. You do have to wait for these to finish though, so don't get too hasty, else you'll lose your sniper. Okay. Pull up the barrel. That's all done. Okay. So we'll take apart. Oh, actually, no, let's do this first. Lest we forget. Here. And here. Okay, so remember the order here. It's this, this. Make sure you actually hit that screw, else you'll lose your sniper for missing the screw, or for missing the spring. Okay, so pull those out. Remember the order here. Template, pull your two pieces off. Okay. Trigger spring, trigger, hammer, mag fire pin, screw, and pistol grip. Okay. So here, we're going to put these two back together. That back in. Okay, so we just put the screw back in. So we can go here, trigger, back in the hammer, put these two pieces back on. Put that back on. Remember your trigger spring, do not forget your trigger spring. And you can put in the 3 of those. Then put in your trigger spring, release bar, full assembly. Back in your magazine catch. Okay, perfect. This is assembly, so you can put that in. And this one. Okay. Barrel. Put in this little piece. Put there. This guy. Trying to do gas tube. You can put all those back on. Here. Gas valve. Top, bottom. Okay. Let's go here. Here. Windage screw, so we got all those pieces put back together. This is done, so you can put this back on. Put both these in. Here, put that back magazine. We did lose our sniper there right at the end, because I forgot that pin. Oh, forgot that catch as well. Darn, missed a couple things there. But we did do it in 3 minutes 50 seconds. So that's pretty good. But we would have actually got probably 1,000 more experience if we wouldn't have missed those two. But it happens. Like I said, we're rushing. We weren't really paying very close attention. We would have got it too. Because we had, I think, like 4 parts active at once. But that's the game. You really got to pay attention. That's why the game's hard. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching more gun assembly. And we'll be back in the next one for more. Later, guys.